What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the farm. I'm sick and tired of it, guys. I'm sick and tired of dealing with broken water dishes. It seems like I'm replacing these things every few weeks. I mean, take a look at what the pigs do to these things. So we're gonna look to rectify this situation tonight. We're gonna install some pig water nipples. Basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this rain barrel here behind me. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna set up some PVC pipe to run a couple of these at one time. And I'll give you a quick rundown. We'll dry fit it. We'll see if it flows. I'm over here in the old pasture right now. Before I go ahead and rip this thing apart, I wanna make sure that it actually works as designed. And then I'm gonna mount it into a board where the pigs sit right now. And we're racing against the clock right now, so let's get to it. All right, first thing I wanna show you, simple water barrel here. You can get these things all over the place. It's a simple threaded fitting that goes on 2 inches. And then what I have here is just a ball valve, and I had a hose run onto this. This part right here is going to come off. We're gonna have another 2 inch to 3/4 inch PVC coupling here, and that's gonna reduce the pipe to what we need to get these nipples on. So if I walk over here, this is going to be my basic dry fit design, and I'm holding the one nipple here. So what you're looking at right here is going to be your 2 inch piece that's going to insert into that hole in the barrel. I have a short section here, basically just to give it a little spacing. This is going to butt up against our pig fence, so I need a little bit of spacing, that way it's not tight up against, and it actually extends through the fence and into the paddock. Simple T here, being that I want to put more than one water in here, I'm gonna have a short run over to this side with an elbow. The elbow is threaded. You guys can see here, these are threaded. That'll just kind of screw right in there. We got another T right here, gives us kind of a third option here. So we have 3, and then it just goes out to the end to another elbow. Again, threads right in there. And that's pretty much it. So like I said, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna dry fit this, make sure everything works as intended. And then we'll see kind of if we have any leaks. Obviously you could always use plumber's tape if need be. I don't have any handy, so we're gonna see if we have any leaks, and I can always come back and put that on. I am gonna go ahead, I'm gonna glue this eventually for more stability, but let's make sure it works first. So it's gonna be pretty simple, guys. Just push it on there. Stuff's easy to work with. All right, so that's what it's gonna look like when it's put together. Now, it is important, I have the elbows in this T over here. They are tipped down just a little bit. That's gonna help the water kind of flow into those areas. I'm gonna go ahead, again, this is all dry fit. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put it onto our barrel now. Once I pull the plug, it's gonna be a lot of water, so I'm probably gonna get a little bit wet, but that's okay too. So it's not the fanciest setup, I understand that, but it does the job. Just basically on some old timbers that we had laying around. Eventually I'm gonna build a nice stand for this once it's over on the other side, but let's go ahead and fit this on. I'm about to get wet, guys, so bear with me. And actually, didn't go anywhere near as bad as I thought it would. So you can see here, hopefully in the camera, we are tipped down a hair. This one is leaking ever so slightly, probably just not threaded enough. I can go back and I can tape these threads and I think we'll be okay there. But again, this is gonna be on the outside of the fence. This is gonna kind of come through the fence, and it's gonna be mounted into a board to give this more stability. Anyone that's ever had pigs is gonna know they will shatter this off very quickly. So if you can envision, I'm basically going to mount and drill right through each spot. The nipple's gonna stick, and it's almost gonna be balanced in the hole here. And then this board is gonna be anchored onto our fence posts. So now we go ahead and test. Basically all the pigs gotta do is go up to there, push down. You can see water flowing pretty nicely. Water flowing pretty nicely. And water flowing pretty nicely. Try both at one time. I don't have 3 hands, so I can't get the third, but it's working as intended. So I'm thinking about this as I'm recording. I just want to apologize if I sound like I am yelling. My wife's over mowing the yard. So I just want to make sure that I'm heard over the sound of the mower. So this is what we're going to look like here. Again, not the fanciest stand, disregard that. We're going to kind of redo this whole thing when we take it over to the pigs. This is just for really demo purposes tonight. And the second thing is this barrel is sitting high right now. Obviously your pigs aren't going to get up this high. Maybe Ziggy, our boar, he'd be fine. But all the other pigs, especially the piglets, they're not going to go this high. So we're going to set this a lot lower, probably like right about here where they can all get to it. There's other ways you can do it. I could have plumbed in like an elbow and made one lower than the other, but then it would make mounting it a little bit harder as well. Again, straight board across. We're going to drill some holes, which I'm going to do right now. I'll quick show you that. And then we'll get it mounted. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see the pigs in action tonight, because once I dump this barrel, it's going to take a long time to fill up. It'll probably take most of the night to fill up. I'm only powering it with a little ram pump, gravity fed ram pump. If you guys are not familiar with that, let me know. I'll definitely shoot a video on that here again in the future. I put one up way back on the channel. Probably didn't give enough detail on it, but also thinking about installing another one. So maybe we'll be seeing that one soon here as well over in the sheep pasture. But anyway, as I'm kind of going off topic, let's get this thing drilled, and I'll show you kind of how our mount's gonna look. Again, it's just gonna go between two wooden fence posts, gonna screw right on there. Should make it nice and sturdy. That way only the nipples are gonna be exposed, and that should make it a really nice finished product. I understand it's getting a little dark, and I'm actually improvising my plan a little bit. Basically what's going to happen is the pigs are here behind me. I'm going to do this backwards so you can kind of see. Your barrel is going to be on the other side, and I am basically going to put this right in there against the fence. Now, what I had thought about doing, I was going to put a board in here and be all fancy going across our two wood posts. However, you don't have a whole heck of a lot of length from your tee or your elbow to the end of the nipple. So if you put a hole in there, your board's going to cover, I don't know if you can see this in the dark, probably that far in, which in turn is going to hinder the pig's ability to actually get in here and drink from this, which defeats the purpose of a waterer to begin with. So what I'm going to do, I'm getting blinded by my own camera here, I'm going to set this right in here against the woven wire at a nice secure spot. I might even put another T-post in just to secure it up a little bit. And I'm basically going to just tie it off. I'll use either wire, cable ties, something nice and strong that's going to hold this. Again, this is going to be all glued, so as long as it's tight against the fence, they're not going to be able to flex that PVC. Now, if it was out here and there was a lot of clearance from the fence, you know, a simple drop of the head, they're going to break that off. But I think as long as it's snug against the fence, I think we're going to be good to go here. So getting too dark to do that tonight. This is where we're going to end it. I think you guys understand kind of the gist of where I'm going here. And very soon here, I won't have to worry about a dish. I don't know if you can see this one here. Again, this one's cracked as well. So again, here we are, you know, working late at night, trying to get some things done out here. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like what we're doing, as always, give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be with you soon.